Hello everyone, it's Rui. I haven't posted a video in a while, and that's because of my personal life, and also farming in games takes a while. I have a new to-do list to prepare for Varka and to build characters I haven't built in a while. I was able to complete Yume Mizuki's talents and level up the Uraku Musugiri weapon on Albedo. In this video, I will update you on what I've been doing for the past few weeks and also my future plans for Genshin again. This is the updated to-do list. The priority tasks focus on exploration and artifacts. The ongoing tasks focus on getting items for character leveling and most importantly, Mora. And these future tasks are things I'm working on currently. The thumbnail and title include that I'm working on 4 stars, so somehow the list is kind of in reverse order. I was able to complete the last Archon quest of Natlan and the prelude quest of Nod Cry that focused on Inefa. I spent the first week of August working on Dahlia. His talents are taking a while because of the weekly boss drops. I am slowly getting his skill and burst leveled up. As for Skirk, I'm still in the process of triple crowning her. Again, it's taking a while because of the weekly boss drops. I also started working on Faruzan because I want to have a good animo support for Varka in the future. First thing I will do is ascend her, so I'll be gathering these mats. Here's what she looks like before ascension. She will have a completely different weapon later on, don't worry. I'm only leveling this because I might as well. I have her on a 4-piece emblem set right now. This whole build will probably change, but I'm going to stack a ton of ER % on her as much as I'm able. For her talents, I am planning on leveling them to 199. She will mainly be off-field support after I use her skill and burst. I gathered the henna berries with the help of Tainari. Also, this content was filmed throughout the month of August, so this to-do list was created without thinking of the next update. After watching the Lunar 1 livestream the other day, I think I'm going to hold out for Varka, which is why I am fine with building these 4 stars like Faruzan. This also gave me the opportunity to go back to the desert because I haven't been in a while. What do you all think of the Lunar 1 livestream? Are you excited for the new region, the quest, the lore? I'm looking forward to being in the new region, but I feel like I'd be convinced to pull for Flins and Loma, which would eat up my wishes that I've saved for Varka. Okay, I was able to get the remaining of henna berries, which means that all I have left are the gems, boss mats, and the brocades from the Eremites. I farmed for the brocades using the Adventurer's Handbook and marked them on the desert map myself. I did this for a few days and was able to get enough. I've also been using my temporary skirk team, just getting used to her playstyle and the rotations. I did switch Dahlia for Shenhe later on, he's just there for friendship. I switched her weapon to Favonius Warbow, and I will be leveling this to 90-90. I will work on her artifacts in the background. What's important right now are leveling her talents, so I'm going to farm for those as much as possible. And because I need 20 million more, I decided to visit Mondstadt, Liyue, Inazuma, and Sumeru to turn in sigils. Oh, and Fontaine too. The next day, I fought the algorithm boss a few times. I only got 3 drops each time. It's kind of fun fighting a boss again to break up the routine of condensing resin and farming for artifacts. And this is about 1 week later where I've been able to gather enough enhancement ores to level up the Favonius Warbow for Faruzan. For Faruzan's talents, I was able to get some of it up, but the only thing I'm missing is the Mecha Moosh boss materials, so that's going to take a little while. I did spend some time at the crafting bench, just getting her talent materials up to the philosophies to admonition, like all the gold books, so just to make sure I actually had enough because sometimes you never know. And on the same day, I farmed for her talents, so I condensed my resin and used the most random team ever just so I could get Skirk Friendship EXP. It was just really funny using this type of team, but it was fun, I guess, and it was pretty cool seeing Skirk do some damage. Obviously, I'm still going through her playstyle, but just to show you guys, she does not have a circlet. Like, she has nothing on for circlet, which is like pretty funny to me that she was actually doing that damage, but it's probably Farina, so. Also, the Tracing Vanishing Trails event was up, so I did that, and it was actually pretty fun doing the quest, like meeting up with Yelan again and just looking for clues. I think that was a really cool mechanic, but other than that, it was just like an event to participate in, and that was it. And although I did say in my last video that I won't be getting Yelan's skin, I mean, of course I won't, but I think this scene with Yelan walking slowly, the footsteps, and her holding the drink in her hand, although I could have done without that. But her whole outfit was really nice. I feel like this was a really cool way to present it, but obviously again, I'm not going to get the skin, but she looks really pretty. And I'm really excited to see her in Nautica again, and just see like the collaboration between the nations. And if you forgot from my list, I'm also going to be working on Rosaria, so instead of actually farming for Skirk's artifact set, I am distracting myself by building another 4-star that I listed in my community post just about 2 weeks ago, and I asked which 4 stars you guys would like to see me build. So I'm technically building 2 of the 4 stars coming up. I didn't register that Rosaria was actually in 2nd place because Charlotte got the most votes, but here we are. We're gonna go with the 2nd one first. So this is my Rosaria. She is at 80/80. I'm going to ascend her to 80 out of 90, so I really need the Hoarfrost cores from the Crow Regispine. Her weapon right now is Jade Wing Spear, and her set is kind of a mix of everything, but I'm just gonna go with probably noblesse, but I might go with a 2-piece, like, or just 4-piece emblem. It really depends on what I get from the strongbox. Obviously, strongboxing noblesse is maybe a little dumb, but whatever. She is C6 and her talents are 2, 7, 8, so it's actually 4 and 5. But I will be getting those up, and since I got her normal attack to 2, I'm gonna get it to 6 anyways, just whatever. So that is my game plan for Rosario. So first I'm going to have to fight the Crow Regispine, which is probably gonna be really quick, especially with my Arlecchino team here. Arlecchino could probably solo this anyways, so yeah, I mean, this is like one of the easiest bosses after you level up your characters, of course, and you have a good pyro team or something like that. I mean, you could also combine the reactions, obviously, but yeah, this was the only team that I used, and then I switched to my friendship team so I could get Skirk and Dahlia's friendship XP left. And yeah, I had to use transient resin because I mistakenly used I think the rest of my resin for something else. I forgot what it was, but yeah, I did this a couple times throughout the whole course. I think maybe 2 days, and yeah, it was pretty quick, so I was pretty happy with that. And I also was able to get some guide to ballad books up. Not a lot, because, you know, I don't have a lot of the mondstadt talent books since I haven't worked on any mondstadt characters in a while. So yeah, luckily her talent books are actually the same as Dahlia, so I did have some left over. I just have to keep farming. And then the fact that Rosaria uses Child's boss mats, I'm gonna have to go back and fight him, but I'm going to try and get the other characters first. So yeah. Oh, and then also her outfit, I actually put on her original versus the one that we were gifted, and I was like really thrown off by her original outfit because I've always seen her in this, so I actually prefer her with the sleeves, mostly because it feels more Rosaria. And I also did not realize that her hair was actually not that long. It's just she's wearing like a veil kind of or hat accessory or something like that. I don't know what you would call that. So yeah, I like her design. She's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm gonna keep her on Primordial Wing Jade Spear. I know that there are other weapons, but since I lost my 50/50 to that second Jade Wing Spear, I'm like, okay, I can finally put it to use. I mean, Deathmatch is also okay, but like, I want to go with the 5-star. Okay, so it's the next day, and I am pretty much ready to ascend Rosaria. I'm just gonna get my commission points first. So this is Rosaria at 8080, and I'm finally able to ascend her. Yay, okay. So that means next, since weapon is done, I'm going to work on her talents. So that's just going to take up a lot of my time for the next few weeks. And I am actually working on Rosaria because I want to use her in my freeze teams. I haven't actually used freeze teams in a long time. So it's just like one way to break out of the monotonous routine of just farming for artifacts and just start working on characters that I haven't actually touched in a while, or used in a while. I feel so bad for my Xiao and my Ganyu, which if you guys want me to work on some liyue characters, let me know. I'm pretty sure I posted in my very first video the characters I have, or you can look up my UID, which is on the bottom of the screen. So yeah, this is Rosaria. I'm getting her normal attack again up to level 6, and then I'll just stop there. Obviously I ran out of the guide to ballad, but I'm going to try and craft some, which only gives me 2. So that's not enough for the normal attack, but it's probably just gonna be a jumping point from when I do farm for the talents. And then up next is Dahlia. So he has these same talent books, and all I need for him are his weekly boss mats. So I'm just going to continue and farm for his talent books because they're the same as Rosaria's. And this is the next day when I realized and finally looked at the poll that Charlotte was the one that everyone wanted me to build, or at least the most votes that she got. So yeah, that was a big oops moment. I mean, obviously I'm going to work on most of the characters that I listed, but I just did not realize that Charlotte was so popular. So yeah, I mean, I like Charlotte. I didn't actually think of using her, but I probably will. It's pretty cool that she heals, and I like her combat style, where she takes the pictures while attacking. So yeah, all I really need for her are the boss materials and the gems, which I will be crafting. So yeah, I actually can make 5 of these, so I'm gonna try and see if I can exchange to make 1 more. I have her on Flowing Purity, but not because it's something I want her to be on. It was just a random thing, so I'm gonna put her on Skyward Atlas because that's one of the weapons that online says pretty okay for her. And yeah, her artifacts are a mess. So this will be worked on throughout, and I might put her on 2-piece attack, 2-piece energy recharge. That might be the best bet for me right now, and not use noblesse because again, I never know what I'm gonna get with the noblesse strongbox. So yeah, I'm just going through the artifacts to see what I can put on her for now and what I may have to level up in the future. But if you have any tips on building Charlotte, let me know. Obviously, I'm going to do my own research afterwards, but it'd be cool to hear about your builds, or if you guys want, drop your UID and share your build. I would love to see it. And if you want me to look at any other build that you want to show off to me or the other people in the comments, that'd be cool too. You can tell us what you want us to check out, which I think would be really cool to see. I'm not a character build review person, but it would be cool to see what people's builds are. And yeah, I fought this boss a couple times with my Arlecchino team, and it was pretty fun. I think the last time I fought this was for when I farmed for Risley, so it's been a while. It's been a long while, so I have not fought this boss, but I do remember the mechanics. It's just that I knew that Arlecchino could probably just one tap it, get rid of it in a couple seconds. So yeah, I did this, and I only got, I think, 3 drops each time. So yeah, but it's okay. It's not okay, but it's okay, I guess. I will just take whatever I can get from the boss. It's just infuriating that every time it's 3. I think the last time I got 4 was just a year ago. Okay, so I added Charlotte into my friendship team so I can keep track of who I'm actually working on. Honestly, at this point, I might, you know, like work on her normal attacks, but I'll probably save that for like way later. I just think her attack style is really cool, like just the way she takes pictures and you can see the shot, and then the charge attack is pretty cool. Like, I don't have any energy, so I can't do the ultimate, but it's just really cool. So yeah, this is the next day again, and I am finally able to ascend Charlotte. So she is finally 80 out of 90. Weapon is, actually I changed it to Favonius Codex for this 1 second, but I'm gonna change it back to Skyward Atlas. I was just experimenting a little bit. And yeah, I got her talents actually up a little bit because I had some in my inventory, but I'll be working on that as well. And yeah, I just need more of Philosophies of Justice. And I didn't think I would be coming back to this domain again either. So like the Mondstadt domain, talent domain, and the Fontaine talent domain, I did not expect to actually come back to this. I also used this poorly built team, and I'm pretty sure Skirk actually still does not have a circlet at this point. But she is doing pretty okay, I feel. The healing not so much, but yeah, let's just skip to when I get the talents. Okay, so I was able to get some more talent books to get the burst up. So that means I'm able to get to the gold level, and then I'm still missing the boss materials because that's just a weekly thing and it's going to take a long time. So I'm going to craft some of these books and then make sure I get at least as close to the amount that I need for Charlotte, which looks like it's enough. I'm just missing the, again, weekly boss materials from the narwhal, which is great. So yeah, and then you can tell my Mora count is not so good, so don't ignore that. I'm gonna work on that. Dahlia, I do also check to make sure like I have enough for him, and then I just do ×2 when calculating for Rosaria. So yeah, I'm gonna try and see if I have enough for the gold, the Philosophy of the Ballad, which obviously I'm only crafting one, but for Faruzan, we're back at her again. So I was able to get her skill up by at least like 1 or 2 levels because I had some boss materials from Scaramouche or Mechamouche, whatever. I'm not gonna say the whole name anyways. And then yeah, this is when I switched Charlotte's weapon to Skyward Atlas because I switched her Favonius Codex with Mona's, but I'm gonna keep her on Skyward Atlas. I'm still trying to figure out the artifact situation. I'm just gonna stack a ton of ER on her. I don't really care about crit rate and stuff, since I'm using her mostly for support. I mean, it would be nice, but yeah. And then I did not have enough materials to get the flower up because I used a lot of it for other artifacts. Yeah, based on my inventory, I'm just going to go for more like support healing for Charlotte and just go from there. Obviously, I could technically farm for the other set, like the one with like the blue flower, the healing set, but I don't think I'm gonna go with that. I think it might actually cause some complications for me because I don't want to keep that one set. I want it to be more diverse for other characters. I have been working on Skirk. It's just taking me a little while because, again, weekly boss mats. I am going to get her burst up to level 9. I'm going to triple crown her, so this is gonna take me probably another month, maybe. I think at most another month, depending on if I get Dream Solvent, if I get the correct boss mats. Again, I'm still missing one artifact, but that's how Skirk looks right now. Okay, in the spirit of not making the video so repetitive, talking about Ascension, talents, and everything, I did say in the last video that I wanted, or last few videos actually, that I wanted to do a separate video talking about farming for Skirk and using like a month's resin or something like that, but honestly, I don't think I used 1 month's resin. I'm gonna put up the stats on the screen right now of how many days and how much resin I used in this domain, just to show you guys what I got later on, and I'll show you also. And I did strongbox in noblesse, which it was all for Dahlia and maybe a little bit Bennett, because my Bennett build has not been touched in like a couple years, so I was hoping to find something for Bennett as well. I did farm this artifact domain. It was pretty okay in terms of actually getting the artifacts for Xiao, and that's why I mentioned Xiao earlier in the video, which I feel like farming for Xiao, as we've seen with other content creators, that is very difficult to get like a really good set for, honestly, him and maybe other characters, and because it's all about you farming a lot. And then I also wanted to combine the artifacts in the building in this video because I have felt very unmotivated these past few weeks, which is why there hasn't been like a video coming out every single week since I actually started this channel, or even every few days, because personal life has just been getting in the way and I just feel unmotivated at times. So yeah, I apologize for not posting more often. It's just one, personal life, and two, farming in games takes a while, so yeah. And then here's Skirk in all her glory. I am still missing a circlet. I am still, actually, after this video, even going through everything. So yeah, I have 103 of the Finale galleries and then 98 of the Long Night's Oath. So I have not strongboxed any of these. I have not used them as fodder to level up other artifacts. So these are all artifacts that I'm using right now. And, well, not using, I have right now, that some of them are not fully leveled up. A lot of them are just like this. Feel free to pause on any of the artifacts, but I'm going to get rid of a lot of them. I feel like some of them would be okay, but since Skirk is only focused on like attack percent, crit rate, crit damage, I don't care about the other stuff, so I'm just going to get rid of it. You all are probably screaming at me not to get rid of some of it, but that's just what I'm gonna do, so I'm sorry in advance. Yeah, these are my artifacts for each of the categories, so yeah, feel free to pause anytime. I also considered going with a 4-piece Marechaussee Hunter because I had more artifacts for that. Like, not more, but like maybe a little better artifacts. So I do go through some filtering and try to find some artifacts that would help with her. And honestly, it was kind of a mixed bag. And I don't know if I would really stick with the Marechaussee Hunter 4-piece set. It will be great. But again, 4-piece, you have to really increase and decrease the HP, which could be good for the Farina team because Farina eats up the HP while her like party is on field. But I don't know, I feel like having her actual signature set will be way better. So I do take a chance on some of the artifacts and level them up, like this one here. I'm not happy about the flat attack, but it does have crit rate, crit damage. It went into HP once, and then second twice, so it's disappointing, and I just got a little upset. So I'm still keeping it, in the hopes of finding a better one. So her whole build is just not very good, but it was like a month of farming for her artifacts, so I didn't really expect really good things anyways. I farmed for Arlecchino's set probably for like maybe 6 months until I got something really good, so I'm not surprised that 1 month yielded basically this. I'm so disappointed at the same time though, like the RNG is just so horrible, but that's what happens. This one also got crit rate, crit damage, so I was like, let me keep rolling this. I didn't have anything left, so since I was actually getting rid of the artifacts anyways, I'm like, I'm gonna use the ones that I've already leveled up and level this up. And it's not bad. It went into attack percent, which is cool. I wish there was more crit rate because I want more crit rate on her, but I was not mad at that, so I was okay with switching to that flower. The difficult thing is getting a crowd damage bonus, because the crowd damage bonus one that I have has all other stats and not anything good. So yeah, this is what she looks like right now, and I'm still working on her talent, obviously. She has a 2-piece, and I want her on a 4-piece. I'm just gonna have to see how this one does. And no, yeah, I'm getting rid of that, obviously. She's gonna be missing a circlet still. Maybe at this point, if I can find something that's good for her. I'm even filtering for Blizzard's Trayer, so yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be using any of these. Okay, time for me to strongbox into noblesse because I need to build my Dahlia and my Bennett. And also Rosaria, I guess. I haven't really had much luck with noblesse in the past, but hopefully, yeah, I'm gonna count how many rounds I do this through the power of editing. So I did get crowd damage bonus goblet, which might be good for Rosaria. It was like potential. So like things that have like potential 2 stats that could be good, I usually keep. Better if it's crit rate, crit damage, obviously, but that's a gamble when you see that there is no 4th stat. But these were actually pretty good. They had energy recharge and like crits and stuff. So I was pretty okay with this first batch. Second batch was pretty okay. I mean the last batch was pretty okay as well, like not so good, but there was like some that were potential good pieces. That one was just disappointing, so is this one. I hated that one, and yeah, the defenses just really get to me. And yeah, same for anything with EM. I'm like, great, but I don't really need that right now. So everything was like no crit rate, no crit damage. I mean, obviously sometimes for noblesse you don't really need that because you're relying mostly on ER and stuff, but I did not like that. I did not see that. So yeah, here I'm just checking to make sure I'm all caught up with offering all of the artifacts that I farmed for that I didn't keep, and I finally did. So after like 3 rounds, I was able to. Also that goblet, even though it was like defense percent and stuff, I still kept it. But I'm going to level it up later. Yeah, that was 2 HPs. The EM sands, that was pretty okay. And yeah, here I am on my 4th round and just turning in the Wanderer's Troop and Gladiators from the boss fights. I kept that power damage just in case. It was like, it could be an off piece for someone that feather was pretty okay. Again, it's not for substats, but it was acceptable for now, and I'll get rid of it later, which I'm like a hoarder when it comes to artifacts. Like I keep most of them. Yeah, that double defense just really got to me. And yeah, the attack defense was pretty popular today in this strongbox, which did not make me happy, but it's strongbox, so yeah. And at this point I decided to see if I could put some more artifacts into like another, so I was thinking Marechaussee Hunter, and I got electro damage bonus, but I'm not gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep this because ER. It was a double crit, and then I saw it was defense. So like no, and this would have been perfect if it was something else for the main stat. So honestly, I feel like this strongbox session was actually not too bad. I was just a little disappointed, and I wanted to see if I could get something for Navia. So I only kept 1, and then I strongboxed, and then that was it. So yeah, I strongboxed a lot of artifacts. I'll put that up on the screen. And yeah, for Dahlia, I checked noblesse to see what would be good for him. And the HP goblet was pretty okay, but I don't know if I'll put that on him until I actually level it up. So I also compared the 2 HP sands from the previous to the new one. So I switched that one. Same for the feather. I just checked to make sure I could compare the two, and I switched him onto the noblesse set. So I'm probably most likely going to go with noblesse because it increases the attack for party members, which is something that skirk actually needs anyways. I would love more energy recharge, of course, but I think I'm gonna go with more noblesse for him. And thinking about it now, probably same for rosaria, but let me know what you guys think. Again, I'm gonna do my research, but this is just like an update, like a preliminary update of Dahlia's build. He's like doing pretty okay. I just gotta get more energy recharge. He actually did fairly well with the 4-piece emblem, but I'm probably going to go with noblesse for him anyways. And same for skirk. So I was just trying to filter through some artifacts to see what would be good for her, and again, the circlet is just not working out. So I feel like that's just gonna be something that's missing from her build. But I'm gonna put her on an attack 1 for off piece. So she's 2-piece right now. And this is what she looks like. Again, the crit rate is just disappointing. That's why I wanted more crit rate on my artifacts. So I'm going to keep farming for skirk's artifacts and also building the other characters. So on the days that I don't have talents to farm for, I'm going to be going for skirk's artifact set. Obviously, this is going to take a long while, so I'll update you guys in the next video or like the next few videos to see where my skirk build is at. But yeah, I'm actually pretty okay with how she is now. She does pretty good damage, especially given the supports that I'm going to put her on, which I'm going to pair her with Shenhe and Farina to just boost her attack and just have more freeze application. So yeah, and that's the end of the video. I feel like I've been all over the place with this whole video of character building. Obviously I'm going to keep working on Faruzan, Dahlia, Charlotte, and Rosaria. Same with skirk. So I'm just going to be updating their builds as I go. Let me know what other videos you guys would like to see. I am working on another video where I'm playing another game. So I will be introducing that to you all in maybe like a couple weeks, depending on how I feel with the video. So yeah, if you watched until the end, listen till the end, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!